Greetings, my people. How you doing out there? Welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Future podcast, stream, video, whatever you want to call it. We're here. We're here to, fool you and entertain you and inform you. Again, this is a brief, stream video podcast about Arsenal. I want to go back to last week, Sunday, the North London derby. And of course, if you're new around here, don't forget to smash the likes on the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're only at 20 subscribers, which is very poor. We want you to keep subscribing. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Come on, help a guy out, we've done about 45 videos on only 20 subscribers. That's appalling. Anyway, please subscribe. I've seen some channels around and they're pants, absolute pants, and they've got thousands of subscribers. So I think we deserve some. We should be on, by right, we've been gone for 4 months, so we should be on at least 200 by now, if I'm being honest. But do what you know is right, and you subscribe to the Arsenal Future. Spread the word. We're also on Instagram. Just type in Arsenal Future on Instagram. It takes you right to our Instagram page. You can tell by the logo of the black cannon down below and Arsenal Future at the top, written in higher case letters at the top, and you can't miss us. There's a link there to this channel. You can click on it and it sends you right here, and you can subscribe. And we're also on Facebook, but the Facebook page we've still got some things to do on there. We're mostly on Instagram. We're not on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter much these days. It's mostly Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. And I want to get onto Twitch, but I'm waiting until I'm planning to move out from this place, and I'm going to set up a small studio in my new place. So when we do that, it might take us another 6-7 months. So around that time, we're going to start, of course, doing some more stuff on Twitch, some more live stuff. I also want to start streaming some live games from next year. And so and then when we do that, we're gonna announce it on our Instagram channel and also possibly on our Facebook. But as I said, mostly we're on Instagram and on here. Anyway, let's move waffling on. Yeah, the game against Spurs last week Sunday was a 2-2 draw, and for me, I've heard a lot of people speaking about the game. And when I saw that Eddie Nketiah was playing up front, and when I saw that we had sacrificed Gabriel Jesus to the left side, I was confused. I said, "What's he doing?" Yeah, because when I looked at the team first, I thought Eddie Nketiah would play on the left side, on the left wing, because he can play there, and I thought we'd keep Gabriel Jesus as our most prolific forward up front, and of course Saka plays on the right. But when I saw that it was actually Eddie Nketiah up top, and then that Gabriel Jesus was sacrificed to the left wing because, of course, Trossard pulled out just before the game for injury. And, of course, we know that Martinelli got injured against Everton a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm thinking that, so why didn't he play ESR there? Because he could play ESR there, because ESR's played left wing before. He's played there quite a number of times for us. Also, Fabio Vieira could play there. I think even Havertz could play there. And they're all better than Eddie Nketiah, And even Ruth Nelson can play there, and he's played very many times for us as well before. I was really, really confused as to why he went for Eddie Nketiah to play there. If you're going to play Eddie Nketiah, which I don't rate Eddie Nketiah, he's all right, but I don't really rate him. A lot of the fan base don't rate him either. You play Eddie Nketiah up top as a sole striker, and you play him as a sole striker. Or you play Gabriel Jesus as a sole striker, I should say. Then you could play Eddie Nketiah on the other side and play Gabriel Jesus through the middle, because Gabriel Jesus is our most prolific forward, not Eddie Nketiah. And a lot of us Arsenal fans, we thought when we saw that we knew that it was going to be a bad day at the office, and Spurs for large parts dominated us. I didn't watch the game. I only saw highlights, and I was listening to some of AFTV. I was in between AFTV, Delu de Guna, Lee Gunner, and Curtis Shaw. Those are the 4 guys I normally go to when the games are on. I swap over those 4, because those are the 4 best guys when it comes to commentary, or those are the 4 best channels when it comes to commentary of Arsenal games. All the other guys are okay, but I prefer those 4. And I kind of and every time I switched over from one to the other, it was almost as if Arsenal we just went at the races, and Spurs. They had a goal disallowed, I think, which was offside. Song scored, but it was offside. I think it was Song, yeah. And then we were just loose. I did the first goal was scored by us. We scored the first goal, and it was an okay goal. We got in and behind, and we went 1-0 up. And some people said that we actually went 1-0 up against the run of play. I'm not sure about that. But I know that Spurs had a lot of the ball. They really did have a lot of the ball. But I also knew that at the same time that even though Spurs had a lot of the ball, we kept breaking on them. And of course that Saka shot, got deflected, and it went in. Wrong-footed the keeper. I'm not sure if it was going to go in because when he shot, it looked like it might have been going wide, but the deflection took it past the Spurs keeper to the other side. So that was 1-0. Then they equalised. Song equalised. And that was an appalling goal because we should have. We had so many chances to clear it, and we just couldn't clear it. And that was remind me of the goal we conceded last season against Brentford at home, 1-1. I think Ivan Toney scored when we could have cleared the ball so many times, and we couldn't clear the ball, and then they got the ball back in, and then they equalised. And then we went 2-1 up. When the penalty was awarded, I was out of the room. I had to do something next door, and when I got back in and I had it on Curtis Shaw, he was saying it's a penalty. So I said, oh, it's a penalty. And then Saka, as cool as you like, stepped up and took the penalty and scored to make it 2-1 for us. And within a matter of seconds from the kickoff, the normally very reliable Jorginho drove on the ball, tried to take an extra touch, and then got robbed by Maddison. And Maddison fed Song, and then it was 2. Then it was 2-2. The first goal, I just said we should have cleared it, but then again, Saka could have closed down on his mate Maddison, but he didn't. So both goals, we could have done better in both goals. We were very lucky because one was a penalty for us, and the other one was a deflection of Romero. Romero conceded a penalty and also scored an own goal. So Romero's some of our supporters saying that he was our man of the match. Yeah, but there you have it. We've had a poor game when one of their player helped us to score both goals because he conceded a penalty, the handball, and then it was his shot which when Saka took that shot, it was him who came up with the deflection, and he deflected it past his keeper. And so I'll talk about this. I don't know if I'll get to talk about this another time. Maybe down the line, maybe after the halfway point of the season, if there's a break, like an international break, which I'm sure there will be, then we can sometimes, if there's nothing else going on transfer-wise or any news around the club, then I'll come on here and then I'll actually, pick a game, and I might come back to this game and speak some more about it. But I think for the time being, it is what it is. Spurs haven't beaten us at the Emirates for 13 years, so that we still have a very good record at home against them. And in the Premier League era, which has been going for 31 years now, they've only beaten us twice at home. Yeah, they beat us. I remember for the first time they beat us at home years ago when I think Johnny Mankell scored. I think they beat us 3-1. That was the year we won both the cups, but we were under strength because I remember George Graham was playing some weak and young sides at that time, and so they came to them time it was Highbury and beat us. I think it was 3-1. Johnny Mankell scored, and that was the first time they beat us in the Premier League. It was funny enough, it was the first season of the Premier League as well, 92-93 season, and then they beat us again until some 17 years later when they beat us in 2010. I remember another game at the Emirates, I should say, when I think we were 4-2 up in injury time, and they came back and drew 4-4. So there's been some mad results against them. For the most part, we've battered them. We're beating them. We're beating them 5-2 twice. We're beating them 4-2. We've transferred them for the most part. But there's also times when I've come and gotten worthy draws, and this is one of them. They've won the very few times that they came to our ground and actually probably played better than us. Yeah, some would say they were better than us. Some would say it was even Stevens. I've even heard one or two fans say that we were just about the better sub. But from what I was hearing, Spurs had a lot of the game. They had a lot of the ball. And Ange, I can't pronounce his surname, but the new manager, the Aussie guy, Ange, has got them organised and he's got them, playing on the front foot. I personally think Liverpool beat them tomorrow because they're playing at the Lane tomorrow, and I think Liverpool will win that game. I think this will be the first defeat of the season. But I also won't be surprised if they got a draw. I don't think they'll beat Liverpool, because I think Liverpool will be the closest challengers to Manchester City this season. I think that we'll be third. I think the table will be first City, second Liverpool, third Arsenal. I've also backed Brighton to finish in the top 5, because now it's the top 5 that goes to the Champions League next season, and that 5th place is up for grabs. It's going to be between United, Newcastle, and Spurs. I think it's between those 3 teams: Spurs, Newcastle, and Manchester United. I don't see Chelsea finishing in the top 5. I really don't see them finishing in the top 5. And Brighton. Sorry, yeah, I said Brighton will finish there as well, didn't I? So for me, at the moment, I would say Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, 4th, possibly Brighton. 5th is between Spurs, Newcastle, and Manchester United. But it can all change. There could be some shock results, and teams could drop points, because I think a lot of teams are going to drop points here and there. I think the only team that won't drop many points will be Manchester City and possibly Liverpool. I do think Liverpool will lose a couple of games this season. I could see them losing 3 or 4, but I can see City losing. If they're going to lose, they won't lose more than two games. They won't lose more than 2 games. We're playing them in a couple of weeks' time, and let's hope that we can actually beat them. We've got them at home, so let's hope we can actually beat them. And that's it. I'm going to talk too long about the Spurs game. This is a quick review of the Spurs game. I was supposed to do a review of the Crystal Palace game, but I'll do that maybe sometime next week. We've got a review of the Bournemouth game, because we're playing Bournemouth tomorrow. So what I'll do, I'll come here in the morning and do a quick review of the Bournemouth game, and then, because I've got to do some washing, so I've got to go off to the laundrette. I've got about 3 big loads of clothes to carry. So when I do that tomorrow, when I get back, I'm going to go early in the morning. So I'll be back for maybe about midday. Because we're kicking off at 3, so about 1ish, I'll do that quick review of the Bournemouth game and make predictive lineups and so on. If I can squeeze in the Palace review game tonight, I'll do it tonight. Or if I could squeeze in the Bournemouth review game tonight, I'll do it tonight. I don't know yet. If I'm not too tired, because I'm going to have some dinner now. I'll have some dinner, go and have a shower, and then maybe play some music for a bit. And then if I feel up to it, I'll come back on here and give you a quick review of either the Palace, or a quick review of the Palace game. I keep saying Palace, the Brentford game, which took place yesterday in the Carabao Cup. Sorry, excuse me, the Brentford game, not the Palace game. The Brentford game, which took place last night, or the Bournemouth preview game, which is taking place tomorrow. Or maybe I'll even do both. I do both simultaneously, one after the other. Let's see how it goes. But whatever happens, you're going to get some content coming up after this one very soon. As I said, don't forget to smash a like on the videos and subscribe. Before I forget, Mikel Arteta, I think, got this one wrong as well. A lot of people have been saying that, as I said at the start of the stream, that he shouldn't have played. He should never have played Eddie Nketiah up front when you got Gabriel Jesus. He should have played Gabriel Jesus up top. Yeah, and then you play Reece Nelson on the left side, or you could play ESR on the left side, or you could even play Fabio Vieira on the left side. And you could play, if you think you're short midfield, but we're playing at home, then you could draft in Jorginho. You could play alongside Declan Rice. Then you got Odegaard further forward. So you got Odegaard as the attacking 8, and you got Declan Rice as the half 6 or the 6, along with Jorginho. And if Spurs, if you want to take charge of the game, then you can release Declan Rice to join Odegaard as one of the 8s. And you can let Jorginho sit there. But we didn't do it like that. We did it. It seemed to be that we're very short midfield, because we overran a bit in midfield. And when Declan Rice went off, then we was even more overrun. And I think Declan Rice played okay. He played well. He hasn't put a foot wrong since he's joined us. But it's just the balance of the team. And then on that side, on the left side, then you're going to play, instead of playing ESR or Reece Nelson, Trossard was injured before kickoff. You're playing Gabriel Jesus there, when he's a better striker than Eddie Nketiah. You play, if you don't trust ESR, if you don't trust Fabio Vieira, then you can play, or you don't Nelson, ESR, Fabio Vieira, then you play. Okay, if you have to play Eddie there, play Eddie there. But you don't play Gabriel Jesus there when he's a better striker than Eddie. That's where a lot of us have got the beef. We got the combinations up front wrong. And ESR sitting there. ESR's a better player than he's a better player than Nketiah, and he's a better player than Reece Nelson, and he's a better player than Fabio Vieira. He's not a better player than Gabriel Jesus. But Gabriel Jesus, even though he's not prolific enough, he's a striker because he enhances our game going forward, and he always creates space for himself, and he can create space for others. So for me, Gabriel Jesus should always be playing. He played on the left side and on the right side for City, and City have got a better team than us. They're a better team than us, got better players than us, and a better manager. But I just personally think, and I've heard a lot of Arsenal fans and Arsenal channels say the same thing, that why are you playing Gabriel Jesus on the left side when Nketiah, when he's a better striker than Eddie? You play him up top, and you play Eddie on this. If you don't play, as I said, if you don't trust ESR Vieira and even Havertz, and Vieira, then okay then. Or no, Reece Nelson, ESR Vieira, Havertz, okay then. But you don't play Jesus there. You play him in the middle. You play Eddie there. But he did it the other way around, and hence why we didn't have control of the game. Our injuries are a concern, and I'll do a stream about that another time. We're gonna do a stream about our injury problem. We're gonna do that very soon, and then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about some things behind the scenes, and I'm gonna draw my conclusions and come in and give you a stream about that. You take care of yourselves, and as I said, keep subscribing, and big and better things are coming your way on this channel. It's just a matter of biding our time. It costs money, but we're ready to invest in this channel to make it amongst the best Arsenal fan channel out there. And we need your help to subscribe, to keep subscribing, and to, of course, because YouTube loves that. It loves when you can subscribe, because it helps them with the algorithms to push our content out there to wider audiences, and to let a lot of other people see what we do, our content, for them to, also helps with the views. Then of course, the more views we get, the more subscribers we get, and the more YouTube will be happy with us. Anyway, you take care, and if you're going to the match tomorrow, look after yourselves and be safe. I'll see you before then anyway. Like I said, there'll be a review of the match tomorrow, and then maybe a preview of the Brentford match that took place in midweek. Take care, and we've been Arsenal Future, and you've been watching. Adios.